All right, get this. TikTok might end up being owned by Elon Musk.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're diving deep into a report about a potential sale of TikTok's U.S. operations.
It's wild.
I know, right? International politics, national security concerns.
Oh, and don't forget,
What?
a returning President Trump is involved.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget?
He's trying to get involved again.
It's a lot to unpack. So, basically, the U.S. government's threatening to ban TikTok.
Yeah, they say it's a national security risk.
Right, and the Supreme Court's given ByteDance, that's TikTok's parent company.
Right.
They've given them a deadline to sell or face the ban.
January 19th.
Coming right up.
Yeah.
So in this deep dive, we're going to break down what's happening and why it matters.
And what it could mean for you.
Exactly, for all of us as users, so...
Well, let's start with why this sale to Elon Musk is even on the table.
Okay, yeah, why is that?
Well, it seems like Chinese officials are considering it as, like a plan B.
So they don't get banned.
Exactly. But, it's all very early stages. Got to emphasize that.
Yeah, no deal's been made yet.
Right.
This is all, developing as we speak.
It is.
So Elon Musk,
Yeah.
this guy already owns X, formerly Twitter.
He does.
What would it even look like for him to also own TikTok?
I know, right?
Crazy.
The guy, he wants to make X this everything app.
Oh, yeah. He's been talking about that a lot.
Yeah, news, entertainment, everything.
So TikTok would just be another piece of that.
Possibly, yeah.
Can you imagine?
I can't.
Be huge.
It would change, everything about social media.
And it all comes back to these national security concerns.
Yeah.
The U.S. government says they're worried about TikTok and user data privacy.
Right.
I get it, but it's also kind of how much power should governments have?
Exactly. How much control over these global tech companies should they have?
Right. Where do we draw the line?
Tough questions.
Right.
And then there's another twist.
Oh, don't tell me Trump.
Trump, yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's about to start his second term.
I know.
And he's asking the Supreme Court to delay their decision.
Really?
Yeah. He wants to find what he calls a political resolution.
Instead of a ban?
Yeah.
So what? He wants to make a deal with ByteDance?
Maybe. His attorney says he's not taking a side on the legal stuff.
Okay.
Just wants more time. More options.
Wow. This is already so messy.
It is.
Adding Trump to the mix?
Yeah.
This is going to be interesting.
It is. This is a story you're going to want to follow.
It's like a high-stakes poker game.
Totally.
And we're all just watching to see who wins.
With billions of dollars on the line.
And the future of social media at stake.
Absolutely.
And the crazy thing is, even with all of this going on, ByteDance is still fighting the ban in court.
They are.
They say the national security concerns aren't valid.
They say they operate totally independently of the Chinese government.
It's like, who do you believe?
Yeah, it's...
This whole thing.
Yeah.
It just raises so many questions about government power.
And freedom. Freedom online.
How much control should governments have in the digital age?
A huge question and no easy answers.
It's like we're in uncharted territory here.
We are. This is totally new ground.
So we've got a potential sale, a legal battle, and a president who loves to shake things up.
All happening at the same time.
This is going to be a wild ride.
Buckle up.
Because things are about to get even more interesting.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned.
We'll keep you updated. So... we're all waiting to see what the Supreme Court will do about Trump's request for a delay.
Right.
But in the meantime,
yeah,
let's dig a little deeper into this whole Elon Musk thing.
Okay.
What would it actually look like if he owned TikTok?
Yeah, good question.
To understand that, I think we got to look at his vision for X.
Right, the everything app.
Exactly. He wants it to be
everything.
Yeah, news, entertainment, shopping.
Even financial services, he said.
Oh, yeah, that too.
But how does TikTok fit into that?
It's mostly known for,
short videos.
Yeah, dancing videos, funny stuff.
Exactly. So how does that become an everything app?
Well, that's where it gets interesting.
Okay, tell me.
So TikTok has this huge user base.
Massive.
Right, and everyone's totally hooked on the videos.
I know, yeah.
So imagine... if you could, integrate that into X.
Integrate it how?
Well, you could have, trending TikTok challenges.
Yeah.
And then people could discuss them on X.
Oh, I see.
Or, imagine a breaking news event.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see all these TikTok videos about it, right on X.
It'd be like a whole new way to experience the news.
Exactly. It'd be way more dynamic, way more engaging.
And don't forget about the advertising possibilities.
Oh, yeah.
Brands could launch TikTok challenges that are...
directly tied to shopping on X.
Yeah, exactly. The potential is huge.
It is.
But I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
We can't just ignore the national security concerns.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
if Musk buys TikTok US, do those concerns just disappear?
Well, it's complicated.
I figure.
The U.S. government's worried because
ByteDance is a Chinese company.
Right. And they're afraid user data.
Could be accessed by the Chinese government.
Yeah, that's the fear.
So it doesn't really matter who owns TikTok US.
That's the thing. The concern is about the underlying technology.
And the potential for data access no matter what.
Exactly.
It's like this whole new world of issues. Like,
Yeah.
where do we draw the line between national security,
And data privacy.
right, and online freedom?
Big question.
That we're having to face now.
Because of TikTok.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
It is.
So, okay, let's say Musk does buy TikTok. What would that mean for us, the users?
Well, that's hard to say for sure.
I guess so.
Musk is known for,
Shaking things up.
yeah, he's not afraid to make big changes.
So I'm sure there would be some changes.
Definitely.
But whether they're good or bad, I guess that depends.
On your
Right. Like, some people might like that he might be more,
relaxed about content moderation.
yeah, but others might worry about
Misinformation spreading.
more hate speech, that kind of thing.
Exactly. It's a trade-off.
And then there's the creators.
Oh, yeah. The people who, like, built their careers on TikTok.
What would happen to them?
I mean, would they thrive under Musk?
Or would they leave for other platforms?
That's a huge question.
It is. It's like this whole other layer of complexity.
It is. We're talking about people's livelihoods here.
And then there's Trump.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget about him.
He's the wild card in all of this.
Totally.
What does he even mean by a political resolution?
Who knows? Maybe he wants to make a deal with ByteDance.
Right.
Something that addresses the security concerns.
But let's TikTok keep operating in the U.S.
Right. Or maybe he has something bigger in mind.
Like a whole new way of dealing with Chinese tech companies.
Yeah, he could be setting a precedent
I mean, he's done stuff like this before.
with Huawei. Right.
Yeah, tariffs and trade restrictions.
It wouldn't be surprising to see him try something similar here.
But will the Supreme Court even give him the time?
That's the big question.
I mean, they already set a deadline.
They did.
Courts don't usually just change their minds like that.
It's true. But
Well, maybe they will.
maybe. This is Trump we're talking about.
Anything could happen.
Exactly. We're all just waiting to see what happens next.
It's like a cliffhanger.
It is. This whole story.
So many twists and turns.
And it's all happening so fast.
It's a reminder that the world of tech,
Is unpredictable.
totally, you never know what's going to happen next.
And it's not just about tech.
What do you mean?
It's about politics and global power. And
Yeah, it's all connected.
it is. This TikTok situation is like
A microcosm of the bigger challenges we're facing.
in the digital age.
Exactly. It's a wake-up call to, like,
Think critically about technology
and to demand more accountability.
from the people in power.
The tech companies, the governments.
Yeah, everyone.
So, okay, we've talked about the sale to Musk.
And the national security stuff.
And Trump.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But, like, what can we do?
What do you mean?
Us, the users, you know? What can we do to shape the future of social media?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because it all feels so big, you know?
It does.
Like it's out of our control.
I know what you mean.
So what can we do?
Well, that's something we'll dig into in the last part of our deep dive.
Okay, good.
But first,
Yeah.
let's take a minute to think about everything we've learned so far. And, like, where we go from here.
Sounds good. So we've talked about a lot with TikTok, Elon Musk, even President Trump wants to get involved.
It's a lot.
It is, but like, I keep thinking, what can we, the users, actually do?
Yeah, that's the big question, right?
It is. It's like, I hear all this stuff about bans and sales and
Governments and
yeah, and it all feels so
big.
yeah, like it's out of our hands, you know?
I get it. It can feel that way.
But that's why I'm asking, like, what can we actually do to shape the future of social media?
Well, first off, I want to say you're not powerless.
Really?
Yeah. Your choices matter.
Hmm.
And your voice matters more than you might think.
Okay, so how do I make my voice heard? Do I need to, like, become some tech expert or
No, not at all.
protesting or something?
It could be much simpler than that.
Okay, good.
I mean, start by just being an informed user.
What do you mean?
Like, stay curious, you know?
Okay.
Pay attention to what's happening in the tech world.
So read articles, listen to podcasts.
Exactly. Like this one.
Right.
And, like, talk about these issues with people. The more you understand, the better choices you can make.
About which platforms to use.
Yeah, and how to use them.
So knowledge is power.
It really is in this case.
The more we know about these platforms, the better decisions we can make.
About our digital lives.
Exactly.
And also, don't be afraid to speak up.
Okay.
Like, share your thoughts online.
Okay.
Write to your elected officials. Support organizations that are fighting for digital rights.
I can do that.
Yeah. And your voice, combined with other voices,
Can make a difference.
it can. It creates pressure for change.
It's like voting with your wallet, but online.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you don't like what a platform is doing,
you could choose not to use it.
or use it less.
Right. And these platforms, they rely on user engagement.
So if we all start making different choices,
They'll notice.
that makes sense.
And it's not just about complaining, you know?
What do you mean?
Like, engage in thoughtful conversations,
Okay.
help shape a better future for social media.
So it's about finding that balance,
What do you mean?
like between making our voices heard and...
Yeah, being part of a productive conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Not just shouting into the void.
Right, but actually connecting with people who care about these issues
And working
to
together.
make things better.
That's what it's all about.
I like that. Working together.
And, you know, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, good.
There are organizations out there, individuals, who are fighting for a more ethical digital world.
How do I find them?
Just do a little research, you know?
Okay.
There are tons of resources out there.
Great.
Connect with them, learn from them, amplify their message.
It's like we're all part of this.
Network.
Yeah, and even our small actions
Can have a ripple effect.
and change the whole network.
Exactly. That's the power we have.
Wow, I never thought of it like that.
It's true. The choices we make today,
Shape the digital world of tomorrow.
they really do.
So, okay, I think we've covered a lot in this deep dive.
We have.
TikTok, Elon Musk, President Trump.
It's a lot to process.
It is, but the biggest takeaway for me is that we're not just passive consumers of content.
Right.
We're active participants in shaping the future of social media.
We have a voice, and we need to use it.
I love that. Using our voices to shape the digital world.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
So thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Stay curious, keep asking questions.
Don't be afraid to speak up.
The future of social media is in our hands.
It really is.
Oh.